New shoes. I got these new white shoes, and I think it's really cute. Absolutely white. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep them this white. And also, my feet are very wide in front, like the length of my feet. The length is not that much, so size-wise, it's all. And yeah, I've also got something called a bunion in my foot. So bunions are it's like a swelling, like an inflammation of the joint, which is right below the big toe. So it really hurts a lot if I wear shoes that are too tapering in front. So I've got these kind of sports shoes mostly, which I wear here. And in India, when I go to India, it's been a while, I wear very comfortable soft loafers or like wide front pump shoes, and sandals most of the time, because India is a warm country, so you can easily wear flip-flops and sandals there. Like your feet don't get really cold, but here you have to be really covered. So I prefer these kind of sports shoes. I also have a pair of Vans which I wear in Maryland. I've left that pair over there, so I keep different kinds of shoes in different places. I also have boots for the snowy days. Like I have a pair of snow boots here with me, and I've kept my fall boots with Anupam in Maryland. And I have high boots too for very cold days. But I wear them in fall, but not to like work like this. That one's a bit more fancy. So, but that one's quite comfortable too. So I also try to wear less heels. I don't wear a lot of heels. I think heels really hurt my feet a lot. It's not because of the height, but because a lot of pressure falls on that big toe, which also has the bunion that I just mentioned. So that makes things really painful for me. And I also have, like, I have short heels, like 2.5 inches, 3 inches, maximum 3 inches. So I have a pair of black heels, like for fancy dresses or like some invitations. If when I'm not wearing jeans or full-legged pants. So for those days, I have that gladiator kind of a heel, and it was a nice pair of blue Jimmy Choos, and it had kitten heels. I'm more fond of kitten heels because they are short and not very pointy at the end. So my Jimmy Choos heels were like only 2 inches or something. It was very comfortable and it was very pretty, and it was also blue. Like, you must be wondering why I have blue shoes as wedding shoes, but since I didn't have any cultural impact, like anything cultural on my wedding day, so I thought, like, nothing Indian. I couldn't do anything Indian for my wedding, and it was a civil wedding, and everybody was just like online. Nobody could see me properly, so I decided to go things in your culture. Might as well do the good luck things of the Western culture. And they have this thing that every bride has to wear, things like something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So my old things were my necklace, my pendant, that's my mother's, and also earrings were old there, and that I luckily got from India one time when I was coming here. And something new was my dress, the wedding dress, and something borrowed was the crown, the tiara that I was wearing. It was actually my friend Dan Yang's wedding tiara. And something blue were my shoes. And actually my shoes were also new. So they were both new and blue. And that's how I got the good luck charms of a Western wedding, like a Christian wedding. So yeah, I couldn't do things that we do for good luck at a wedding, and it's kind of cold, and I wore a bit of makeup today because I was so exhausted. I was like, I look very tired, so I put some black coal under my eyes and put some lipstick also. But I'll wear a mask, and it's cold, so my nose is really, really red. I'd say pink. I mean, it's sunny, but it's really cold. Lots of leaves have fallen here. This road is full of dry leaves, so all the orange leaves that we were seeing all these days are all falling off. Lots of kids going everywhere with trick or treat astronauts. Just want to soak it in. I think it's good in a way that the bus didn't come. I got a nice walk up this road. Although I walk up this road every day, but I'm usually going to class or coming back from class, so I'm usually in a rush. And I start recording just because everything looks so pretty. There's a pumpkin there. So nicely carved. So I usually walk around just before class, and that's probably the time when I'm in a rush, so I don't really stand and wait and record nicely. But right now, because I have planned for this time off, I can actually walk around. Wow, look at that tree. Remember a few vlogs ago I mentioned that this tree will turn orange the last, especially when that one, which has now become completely bare, had started becoming orange, and this one was orange right on top. Gorgeous. I think I'm a bit of a romantic person. I like nature. Only if I had a canvas writing poetry, I would write poetry right now. I see some dressed up kids, one Olaf, and a little princess. There you go. Two princesses. So cute. I like this part of Halloween celebrations. It's so cute. Look at all the parents and grandparents with kids. Kids going in wagons. So cute. Oh, the kids are trick or treating on this road actually. I have some chocolates I could have given them. They didn't stop, so. Or they didn't think that somebody will be walking around with chocolates. Oh, and by the way, I already had 2 chocolates from my bag. It's a bit difficult to resist chocolates. This part is looking so pretty. Yellow, orange, brown. My jacket is somehow the color of fall today. I like matching with the color of seasons. So I tend to wear a lot of orange, brown, maroon during fall. I wear more white and grey and blue during winters, and in spring I like wearing pinks and purples, and in summer I wear a lot of yellows and sky blues and reds and light pink. Oh, how I thought I'll go to the mall and walk around a bit but I'm only walking around in my regular place. That family is walking around for some time now. I'm not gonna follow them to the left. But tomorrow is Halloween actually. Oh, and today is my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is always the day before Halloween. And yeah, so tomorrow we are supposed to dress up. Dress up in the sense, dress in costumes. And go to the department. And there's going to be a costume party. And not a costume party, a costume competition. So we've been asked to wear our costumes throughout the day at the department tomorrow. And at 4:30, they're going to decide who the winner is. I don't think a lot of people are going to come. So the next 2 weeks, I'm going to religiously work on the dissertation and also prepare my poster for my Nashville, Tennessee trip. I have a Nashville conference coming in December. Mine is on December 7th. 7th, right? Yeah, mine is on December 7th. And my next conference is actually a talk. That one's a big one. That's at the Linguistic Society of America. And that one's a talk. And I'm a bit nervous for it because I've not done a live in-person talk, like really standing on a podium kind of talk after the pandemic at all. So it's been a long time. My last talk was in 2019, like in person, standing in front of a group of people and talking. So yeah, like a room full of people and talking. So it's going to be interesting. And this one is in Denver, Colorado, Denver. And I'm going there with Jian, who's also my friend in the department, but she's not a phonetics focused person. She is into syntax, and she and I are going to be roommates, which is good. These trips are all paid by the department, so none of them are actually like out of pocket trips, and paid by the department in the sense we have to apply for grants, travel grants, and when the department approves it, we get the money. And I got the Nashville trip granted already, so I've got a good amount of travel grant for that, with which I booked all my flights and accommodation and the conference registration and everything. So this Nashville trip is sorted. It's nice to have all expense paid trips for presenting research, because then you don't have to stress about these expenses, because the expenses are a lot, even though Nashville is not too far. But these days, with inflation and everything going on, hotels and flights are quite expensive. And the next one, for the Denver one, also I'm going to apply and see how it goes. There's also Linguistic Society of America grant and scholarship for people who want to apply. I think I'm going to apply. I apply for everything because I like getting things like a reward. Like, you know, we can always spend money and get whatever we want, but getting things out of merit has a different value of its own. It's almost like when I was going to the UK to pursue my master's degree. That course was expensive, and staying there for like a year and a half was quite expensive. But my dad said that if you want to go and if you want to study, because it's educational purposes, I'm going to pay for it. I can pay for it, and the amount is very doable, was very doable for him. But he was like, but still you try to get your own scholarship, because then you'll feel a sense of pride. Like, even if you don't get it, I'll pay for you, and you'll still go. But then if you try to get a scholarship and get it, really, then it'll be a really big achievement for you, and you can put it on your CV. And they're having scholarships and grants in fellowships to your name is a really big thing. People don't get money so easily, especially from Indian organizations. So it was quite difficult for me too. I had several rounds of um, interviews and question answer rounds and exams actually, but I made it, and that worked out very well, and now it helps me a lot because then in my CV I have a scholarship which I got at a very young age and from a very prestigious organization. Like the Tatas are very prestigious in India, and not a lot of people can get that scholarship, and the procedure was hard. I remember it was really hard, and the interview session was very hard too. I was asked very grueling questions for a very long time, like almost more than an hour, and they have a big panel, so one person asks you questions about your field. Like I had somebody from IIT Bombay who's a faculty there and teaches linguistics there, and IIT Bombay is very well known in India for their linguistics department. And but that interview went well. Even though I was very fresh into linguistics back then, but I guess I was very excited and enthusiastic about the field. I mean, I've always been very excited about linguistics. I mean, sometimes I think that, oh, there aren't that many jobs in linguistics. I should have done some kind of engineering probably to get a job, better job, and faster job, and more paying, highly more pay. The pay is higher for sure. But then I realized, and also a lot of my friends and family and everybody, they just tell me that what you've done is because you loved something, and that has a different value. So it's not just always for money, and that keeps me going. And I'm very grateful and thankful to people who think like that, who understand me and encourage me all the time. So I always thank them. But yeah, so that interview was really grueling, and but ultimately I got the scholarship, and then I have it in my CV, and I could go to the UK very easily. I mean, even though my dad totally funded a lot of things, I always had that money as an extra support. Look at these trees. They look identical, just one has turned yellow and the other is still green. Oh, so today is Halloween. Happy Halloween. And I did a Jackie Kennedy. I cannot show my video right now, like my front face, because for some reason the camera is not turning. So I'm going to put some pictures of my Jackie Kennedy look here. And I'm going to the department because we have a competition, a Halloween costume competition. So I'm gonna hope that I get something, because doing Jackie Kennedy is easy, and I got lucky that I have a dress like hers. So the iconic pink dress that she wore with pearls, thankfully I had something like that, which is weird because who knew that I'll have clothes that kind of go for first ladies. But it's nice. I mean, I could wear something without doing much elaborate makeup and something gory, or I don't know, I don't like very scary makeup anyway.